Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. We skipped last week unintentionally because we had some tech issues that couldn't be overcome in the limited amount we had to record. But we are back. The adventure continues, and our heroes have a bit of a chore list, Muninn mostly, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First of all, let's have our heroes introduce themselves and their characters. And speaking of, the dice say that we should start with Dely, whom I would ask that they introduce themselves and their character first. Could you please go ahead?
Absolutely. Hello everyone, I'm Dely, and as usual, I'm playing as Muninn. They are a traveling scholar from Brightland. Very, I was going to say very sneaky, but that's not very true. Very clever, very well traveled, very sore feet. And yeah, as Teeironor said, they have a lot of demands to demand of people.
Mm-hmm. On that note, are you very sneaky or not? Usually generic NPCs there's no name villager. Default, both in the official rules and what I usually give them, is +2 in everything. So basically the average person has a +2 in everything. On that end, you're about as sneaky as the average person. Although you're less forceful and less flashy, but much more clever.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very, very much, Dely. Next, according to the dice, we would have Ashen. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character, Ashen?
Of course. I'm Ash, and I'm playing as Illona, a sneaky noblewoman, or ex-noblewoman, who's also now a crazy cat lady and a crazy chicken lady, you name it.
Yes, very much so. Ashen, I just realized you're unaware of what your character did after you left last time. That'd be fun.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Nothing as exciting as I made it seem, but I guess we'll get into it.
Looking forward to it.
Yep. Thank you very much, Ashen. Next, we would have Show&Tell. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel. And right now, I guess he's still in denial about what he let happen, I guess. But I don't know.
I'm not sure I know what you're referring to.
I was just thinking about, meeting Lus and just not being able to meet his eyes. I think he's still,
Yeah. Dungeons&Dragons had a bit of a limited screen time last time because Anghel was a bit afraid of him.
Not afraid, guilty, but yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I was more assuming that because Lars portrays himself as a terrifying person, that's why Anghel's avoiding him. I didn't realize it was guilt. That makes sense. That makes more sense, actually.
Yeah, I think maybe Lars didn't Dungeons didn't get it either. I think. Oh well.
That's fair enough. Thank you either way, Show&Tell. So, last time, as we briefly alluded to, our lovely friend Dungeons made the guest appearance in the form of Lars, who was accompanying one noblewoman, Adela, and Adela's bodyguard. Last episode was more or less dedicated to Dungeons' guest appearance, so the events of the episode before that were more or less put on hold. The party met up with Dungeons and Adela. Then Illona, Rebob, Anghel, and Anghel's posse of people decided to go have a meal, while Muninn had a very direct conversation with Adela and her bodyguard. Her bodyguard is more of the same nation as Muninn, but not of the same state affiliation. I don't know how to call it. So they had a bit of a chat about that. And then Muninn had a more intense chat with Adela that we're gonna finish at the start of this session. Meanwhile, Illona and Rebob first went to get something to eat. Rebob pressured Illona to return Adela's diary, and Rebob took care of that while Illona continued to eat. And Ashen, that's more or less what Illona was doing last session, eating a lot. Like, I think Anghel came into the building at one point and saw Illona just gorging herself on lamb and promptly decided to ignore her, I guess.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. We left off at that. I was like eating like a pig. I remember.
A lamb specifically.
I meant more like metaphorically.
Yeah.
After you left, Ashen, we just had Illona eat a lot more, and I do mean a lot more. Like I think the description I gave Show&Tell is that Illona's like all covered in grease, not even using utensils anymore. Like, you're pigging out, yeah.
I mean, it's like I played her. What? I see no difference.
Yeah, it's like you never left.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, Anghel stayed outside to like clean his horse while the other members of his posse, I do really like that term, went to get a meal. They came back with, speaking of what Ashen said, a big pig that they all feasted on together. They called it a feast worthy of a prince, and yeah, you guys ate up, including the horse, who like enjoyed the salad very much. I think that was more or less it for like Anghel's part in last episode, other than avoiding loss.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, also Loss kindly joined us, though they mostly hung out a bit with Illona and made Rebob laugh out loud. Then, after Muninn had their conversation with Adela, which left Adela feeling very, very sad for whatever reason we have yet to establish, Loss cheered her up as they continued on their way, departing the monastery to continue on the road. So, I propose, as I go and turn on the background music, since that was more or less... Well, actually, I should ask, Deli, are you ready to make your demands of Adela?
I mean, more or less. I wouldn't say no to a little bit more time to think on it. And obviously, if there's something else that we can do first, like, yeah, or that you had in mind, I mean.
Not much, just because like we're in a bit of a time loophole, so to say, because your conversation with Adela happens a little bit in the past. So basically, if you're not ready, Deli, yet, I was thinking we should check in on Anghel and Illona first, and then you give us the signal, hey, I'm ready to like make my demands known of Adela.
Okay. Yeah, let's I could be misremembering. I'm pretty sure we ended last episode like on Muninn and Adela, so maybe we didn't. Either way, let's go to. I don't mind going to Anghel and Illona first.
Sure. Basically, then what we're gonna do is visit Anghel and Illona, and probably have like a brief reminder that hey, Loss passed you guys by and like waved you all goodbye, and then when Anghel and Illona, you two are ready to like get off your butts and rejoin Muninn, presumably. Then we would switch over to Deli, discussing stuff with Adela. Is that alright with everyone?
Yup.
Okay.
Sure. So currently, Anghel and Illona, you're not really in the same location. Like you're in the same building, but Anghel, you're outside in the stables, and Illona is inside. Let's, I think, visit Ashen first, because I think she'll be done with her meal much quicker. So, Ashen, after you again began really digging into the meal that you've been having, that lamb, that is quite good, as the unintentional marketing made it seem. You don't really remember much for whatever reason, other than Rebob getting up at one point to presumably return Adela's journal. Rebob has assured you that he will not implicate you in, the theft, and Las also passing by. But for whatever reason, you were very, very distracted by your eating. It was a good meal, but unusually distracted by your eating.
So even I'm reflecting about it, that it's oh wow, that lamb knocked me out. Okay.
And if you look around you, you might see some of the monks giving you slightly surprised looks, damn, that person really eats.
Damn.
I try to play it off as intentional as possible to be slightly intimidating with it. Damn right I do.
Give me a flashy, I guess.
Oh fuck, a flashy? No.
That's definitely flashy.
Ah, shit. Oh, dude, I got a 4.
Oh
what is
God.
this shit?
Well, that's a big success. So what's the message that you want to convey? Because they'll get that message loud and clear.
It's that they totally respect everything I do, because it's kind of intimidating, and I have no remorse about it. I don't care what they think, so they're just wow, okay, wow.
Then all the stares vanish right away as they turn back to their meal, and they obviously don't say anything to your face. You might catch still a bit of a surprised expression here and there, but they realize, yeah, this. Well, first of all, if you're here at this monastery eating in with the monks, you're probably an important person and they shouldn't mess with you, basically. So they give you a wide berth and don't bother you, definitely.
Sick. But I am reflecting about why that happened. I would like to ask someone else about it. Who else ate that I know of?
You were eating with Rebob and Las. Rebob again got up and left, just before you really lost yourself in the eating.
Lost in the sauce.
And Las left a bit earlier, I think.
Okay, I would probably go to find Rebob and ask him about his experience. Not necessarily rushing, because I know he's gonna return the diary, and I don't want to be caught in that.
Okay, interesting. That's not where my mind went to, but okay.
No?
Okay, yeah. You get up from your seat. Presumably you exit the eating room, dining room. I don't know exactly how to call it. Because you would not see Las or Rebob or anyone you know there.
Okay.
As you go outside, Anghel, what's up with you? What are you doing?
I guess he's we finished eating, right?
I'm more so assuming you're still in the process of eating because it's a big pig, even if it's split between three people and a horse. But if you want to be more or less finished with it, that's entirely up to you. I obviously will not hold you to it.
No, I don't mind. You have to keep eating. I wonder, this effect that Illona felt, it's only on her?
Referring to how ravenously she ate? Yes.
Okay. So it's not the meal, probably. It's something with her.
Well, to be fair, you're eating different things.
Okay. But we did bring it, they did bring the pig from the same kitchen, right?
Yep.
Supposedly?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. I don't know. Obviously, Anghel doesn't know about this anyway. Or, he did notice, but I don't know if he thinks it's unusual. Anyway.
Yeah. Then, Illona, as you exit the dining room, again for lack of a better term, you if you were to look to your right, you would see Anghel and his posse and the horse feasting on a very well-made roast pig.
Mm.
Does Illona feel anything special about this? Is the ravenous feeling coming up again? What is happening?
Give me, I guess, a careful.
5. Woo!
Well, a 5 is a very good result. So I'll basically ask you, Ashen, do you want Illona to feel hungry?
I more so wonder like what triggers it. She's like internal checking, you know?
Okay. Then my question would be, well, not my question. Basically, I was gonna say that, yeah, you feel hungry if you haven't eaten enough. Does that make sense? But if you've ordered more than enough lamb to sate your hunger, then you would not feel hungry, like seeing Anghel's roast pig.
Okay, I think
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Yeah, continue. I think I realized something though.
No! Oh no! No!
Wait, what?
Frank! I think I realized something too! I don't like this.
I'm nervous. What's going on?
I'm confused because I don't know if you guys are thinking of the same thing I'm thinking.
I think we are. Show and tell, right? We're on the same wavelength, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm really nervous. I don't know what you guys have come. I don't know what conclusion you guys have come to.
I mean, I don't know. I'm I feel it's kind of obvious when you think about it, but if it's not that obvious, then maybe we're wrong. I don't know.
I just have a smooth brain. Koalas, did you know, have smooth brains? Yeah.
What does that mean?
They actually do. They have no
Wow.
wrinkles.
That's kind of sad. Okay.
What is that?
Anyway.
If you want to enunciate your theory, I will neither confirm nor deny it. So.
Okay. But Illona would probably start to work. She knows about this, right? She knows about that
I mean, she was
specific.
going to turn into that.
What
What
are
do
we
you think?
talking about?
Okay,
We're talking about the same thing. I don't know.
I'm gonna spill the beans. What I think here, okay?
Okay,
I think Illona's turning into always hungry.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But you were supposed to turn into always thirsty, so you should know that that's a thing.
Yeah, because she knows about always hungry, like always thirsty. Always talked about him as well.
Yeah, I think so.
That's scary.
I will not confirm or deny. What can I say?
I think Illona would be kind of worried by now because she realizes, like, okay, something is up. I usually don't do that, and with like, I don't know if the check helped with. Does she realize by now? She's definitely worried, but I don't think she would realize that connection just yet.
Maybe when she sees Anghel, it will be like, oh shit, it will remind her. Kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's just like looking to vent about this. Just someone like, hey, I really lost myself there, help someone like, yeah, to help her sort her brain out for a second. So she would probably join Anghel and the gang.
Oh, okay.
Always thirsty and good eye you, no pun intended, pretty warily, just because they're not super sure about you yet, but they will defer to if Anghel decides to let you sit down.
Oh gosh.
Sure, I guess Anghel kind of holds out a plate, I want to say, but maybe not a plate. Maybe just a piece of pig. I don't know.
It's like high school all over again.
The Always Thirsty, Good Eye, and the horse make room for you to sit down if you want to.
Yeah, she does. And Anghel held out a plate, right?
Something, yeah.
I think the pig is sitting on a big plate, but I don't think you guys have plates. I think you've just been like pigging out as well.
So I guess he just offers something, a bone or something.
Something edible.
Yeah.
Illona grabs it and like eyes it and like really like I don't know, feel a bit like worried, queasy, you know.
But does she feel hungry?
Does she feel hungry?
Does she feel always hungry?
I mean, I'm wondering because Teeironor like gave you the choice, right?
Yes, the choice is Ashen's if Illona feels hungry or not. But it's mostly dependent on whether she had a good enough meal previously with the lamb.
I mean, it sure sounds like it.
Then you are not hungry.
Okay. Then maybe it's not what we think. I don't know.
She would like put the pig part down and be like, I kind of just lost myself. I ate so much in there. I just went blank and I ate. And she would like stare into like, I don't know, into nothingness as she talks to no one, like in particular, just like venting.
Just for the sake of it, this does not matter at all. But just for the sake of it, can I get a careful from you, Illona?
Okay. Yes, you may. 2.
You feel a burp coming up as you're talking.
You probably let it out, like in the middle of the sentence, and just roll over it, you know? Pretend nothing happened.
Fair.
I mean, I assume Anghel is not like scandalized by this. Right?
No, probably not. No.
Okay. I don't know, like how he would react to it. Like I don't know if he knows what Illona expects from him.
Always first he says, "It's good pork. You should eat." Well, if you still have room.
I don't. I really don't know what happened. I don't feel like we still ate good the past days. Doesn't make sense.
He looks a bit confused, shrugs, and continues eating. I really wish Always Hungry was here.
Fair enough.
Anghel kind of gives him a look like maybe he's starting to realize too as soon as he says this. And then he looks at Illona like to gauge her reaction, I guess.
She just like stares blankly into nothingness, you know? I don't think she really like
Can I get a careful from you, Anghel, to see if you notice something about Illona? Because you're like examining her, I guess.
Okay. Let's do it. A 4.
You do notice something, but it's kind of rude to bring it up. Show&Tell, do you want me to message you, or should I just like say it?
I don't know. Rude.
rude.
If you message me, I need to decide if to say it. Okay. Message me. Okay. And then.
Okay. Then I will message you in right now. Carry on while I type.
Show&Tell, you snake.
I'm protecting you. I don't understand what's wrong.
White lie.
I message you to Show&Tell.
Oh, I saw it. Okay. Is it rude? For also Anghel's perspective.
It
like,
would. Well, it's not something you usually bring up when you see. Yeah. It would be considered rude to bring it up, But this is what you notice that you find to be very unusual.
Oh my goodness. I want you to know, but I don't think Anghel will. I mean, okay, you can't say anything anyway, but but you can gesture, and I don't think you will though.
That's fair.
So I guess you're left. I don't know, in the dark, or we could just. Or I could just say it above board or something.
The ball is entirely in Show&Tell's court.
Do you
Don't
want
say
to
it.
show? Okay,
Don't
so
say it.
above board.
Don't
Don't
say
say
it
it?
before. Don't do it.
Okay, then I keep it a secret, I guess.
Because you might say it later. Or it might come back up later.
Okay. So you want to be
Well,
to feel authentic.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
I think if it would come up later, it would be noticeable by everyone.
Sure.
Okay.
It's your decision at the end of the day. Like, don't.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I can keep it a secret right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ashen. I don't imagine you're happy with this outcome.
Ashen is happy, Illona is not. But
Yeah.
I mean, Illona doesn't know because Anghel didn't say.
yeah,
So-
but if she would know, she would be like, oh no. You know?
Yeah.
Always first in and good, I notice the awkward silence. One of them, whomever says something the matter,
Who are they asking?
the room. Mostly Anghel, because they mostly listen to Anghel.
Anghel kind of shrugs and he starts to eat with focus, with intense focus, like
Fair.
obviously avoiding something.
Yeah.
If you want, this is entirely up to the two of you, Show&Tell and Ashen. I will not force it either way. But if you want, we can have Anghel roll sneaky versus Illona's careful to see if Illona notices that something's up. But since this is player and player, no NPCs involved, it's entirely your choice.
I would be up for that.
otherwise,
but,
yeah, sure. Otherwise, Anghel wouldn't say it. But if there's some
I don't really know, because before you said that, I pictured Illona as kind of staring into nothingness, in her own world, kind of contemplating. And I don't think in the moment she would be particularly looking for clues about that from Anghel. So it feels kind of inauthentic.
To be fair, part of the careful role is also passive, how careful you are passively, if that makes sense.
I see.
But again, it is entirely your choice.
I kind of like not knowing.
I kind of like knowing when nobody else does.
Yeah, it's a
That
good
works
feeling,
for
right?
me.
You snake!
Let's just stick with this. Illona's oblivious.
Fair enough. Then, as I presume Anghel and the posse continue eating while Illona continues contemplating. Before we go, well, I'll put this I'll reveal some of my cards, so to say, to stretch the metaphor. Before you guys rejoin Muninn, I would like to have something happen with just the two of you. My question is, should said something happen now, or should we go to Dely and then back to you guys? My concern is that I'd rather Ashen be here because she has to leave a little early. Or at least I think you have to. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah. I think we have time for a Muninn in between. I think we do.
Sure. What do you all think?
Sure. Like it depends on whether Deli is ready, I guess. Beyond that.
I'm ready as I'll ever be, I think.
Okay.
Sure. Then, Deli, we left off like you just defeated this lady in combat. I'll be completely honest, I don't remember the like last narrative thing that happened to like secure your victory. But either way, she like deflates, metaphorically speaking, and I guess in character would ask you, what do you want to know? But above board, since this was combat and you won, you can demand whatever you want of her, not just information. The only caveat is that I would ask you that she be allowed to continue on her way to St. Paris, because that would solve the time loop and not have like Doom Goblin's last scene be retconned. But if you want, we can retcon it. It's up to you. Your victory.
I'm so eager to cause a paradox.
Yes.
No, I don't think I'll ask her to do anything that would prevent her from leaving. Okay. But I guess if you wanted me to tell you what I want above board, that's like first, that's fine. But if not, I can like if you wanted to RP it, it's up to you.
Well, again, if this is a victory in combat, and basically going a bit above board, not roleplay wise, because you won in combat, you can demand lots of like out of character things, if that makes sense. So I guess my thing would be, obviously we can have a conversation, and I think a conversation would flow more naturally. But if you want to ask for things that are not directly related to the conversation itself, then present those, I guess. Does that make sense?
I think so. Okay. So I've been having a good old think. I think the first thing Muninn would ask for is they would want to know where, or rather what Adela knows in terms of where Lydia went like last time they saw each other, because obviously like it's not certain that Adela knows exactly where she went, right? But I mean,
she only knows what she knows.
Exactly. Muninn wants to know that. Muninn would also like to know the names of people that Adela remembers sleeping with.
Oh God! Do you want to be here all day?
Yeah. Emphasis on remembers, I guess. And you don't actually
Do you want to be here all day?
Okay, fair enough.
She keeps a diary, goddamn.
Yeah. I guess like important people then, like commoners and stuff, like whatever is, you know.
Okay, but we'll skip the like stable boys and all that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Wow. She's a cougar.
Yeah. Damn. If she slept with anyone that was like important, Muninn would want to know. Because Muninn loves the gossip. And also because of blackmail reasons. And Muninn would also like for her or her husband to like, I don't know if they were going to do this anyway, but I thought it would be good to have a like letter of recommendation to the prince, because
another one.
Yeah, because like I mean it's not. I'm not gonna lose sleep over like if I don't get that one, but like.
Well, you are the victor, so she's obliged to oblige you. No pun intended.
Yeah.
I guess this will mean like a very slight retcon of Doom Goblin's final scene last episode, because drafting the letter will take like I guess like half an hour or something. So Doom Goblin's character will leave a little bit later than previously established, but will leave nevertheless.
Okay, maybe instead of a letter in that case, because she's going to the wedding anyway, maybe Muninn would like her to speak with the prince, like when she gets there, and is like, oh, by the way, have you heard of these adventurers? Like that kind of thing, you know?
Okay, I do not disagree. I just would a bit more information of what you want her to say exactly.
Okay. I guess.
Not like necessarily specific details of like what you guys have been up to. I don't mean that. I'd rather mean like, should she praise you? Should she tell you, oh, by the way, these guys are coming, be good to them? Like, what do you want from her, basically?
I think the latter is probably what I'm thinking of. Like, because like, I'll tell you what I wrote down. So like, I'd basically want her to. I won't tell you word for word what I wrote down, but yeah, like what you like, basically telling him like, oh, by the way, these people are coming. They're great people. They might ask some things of you. Be good to them. You know.
Okay, I'm writing it down. That's why I'm pausing. Okay.
Okay. And obviously, like, I think this goes without saying. Like, even if that doesn't convince the prince, like, to be good to us, Muninn would still want her to at least try. Like, do you know what I mean?
Right. Obviously, she's not.
Like,
yeah.
She's not God, you know. But yeah, I think that's all Muninn would ask for. Above board, if anyone else has any suggestions, like, is that cheating to ask, or?
It's not cheating, definitely not. I guess my only reminder is that you didn't defeat the bodyguard in combat, but you can technically also like ask things related to the bodyguard.
Yes. It's funny you mention that. I was tempted to say, oh yeah, your bodyguard, by the way, give her to me. But I don't think I will.
Maybe she would agree to it because she has to, but I would consider it to be pushing it a little because she does need a little bit of protection.
Yeah.
She
and
probably,
plus adding
without her, she probably won't make it to St. Paris to talk to her prince.
Yeah, and having another party member as well is like, I'm not opposed to it, but like, yeah, it might be work for you, or just in general.
Well, I don't mind you guys like gathering a party, a posse, whatever you want to call it. Just if you do that, it will have some story implications, obviously, that are more than just, hey, there's another person with us.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. So just before I stamp the letter, does anyone do you two have like suggestions?
Mine is always money.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't hurt with a bit of extra cash, you know?
Yeah.
Now that you have the opportunity.
I wouldn't say no to it.
I'm curious how you will like request the money so that, because the bodyguard is still there, and if she perceives that you are robbing her mistress, she might intervene, basically.
Oh, okay. Maybe then it's not so necessary.
Well, no, I'm saying, yeah, you can get money from her, but I'm rather curious how that's gonna work in character so that the bodyguard doesn't intervene.
I'd like to see how that happens too, basically. It's going to be interesting.
Sure. Well, obviously feel free to come up with something else, but of the points you like outlined, I don't think we need to roleplay the hey, speak with the prince, please, and the list of people she remembers sleeping with. Sure. I can just like give you that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think we can roleplay the money bit and the like Lydia bit.
Yes.
Can it be like she doesn't actually say it like either? She just gives him a list.
Yeah, like a physical list.
Yeah, she keeps track.
Yeah. That'd be really good.
That's. I don't think she's really the type, but
Oh.
we can. If you want the list to be written, that's fine, because it also gives me the DM more time to outline it.
Yeah. Or if not, like, if you want a more realistic thing, Muninn could just, like, start writing names, and then as they get more and more, like, as the names keep going, like, they just take up more and more pages in their book, you know?
Sure. Like, my main concern is that, basically, I have, like, say, 5 or 6 names in mind at the moment off the top of my head of, yeah, she probably slept with those, like, 5 or 6 people. But
Yeah.
I would perhaps like to be given a bit more time to make a more comprehensive list that I can perhaps give you next session. But that's entirely up to you if you're, like, okay with 5 or 6 names now, or, like, a bunch of names next session.
Oh no, we can do the names next session. But it was like, I think we meant it as like a above board, like that's what would have happened sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I will deliver upon the names next session, but I guess as a bit of some juicy tidbits. Yeah, there are some noblemen on the list. Red Cabbage Guy is on the list. There are some monks on the list of both genders. And
Are
and
monks allowed to smash?
no, definitely not.
Let me smash.
Ooh.
See, that's why I gasped. I was like, oh. I knew I'd love this. That's why I asked for it.
And perhaps less what's the word? More disturbing than tantalizing her brother.
Oh no!
No.
Cersei Lannister.
Oh wow.
But that's just like a preliminary list. I'll give you like a more comprehensive one next time.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, as to the convo itself, she asks you what do you want to know, and let's focus on the Lydia bit now and assume the other stuff does happen.
Yeah, definitely. Muninn would like sort of look like to the monastery where like Anghel and Illona is, and I assume Lars because of timeline stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they would look back to Adela and they would say like, I want to know where Lydia went. Like, did she tell you anything before she left? Last time you saw her?
She said she was heading out to find more work. I offered her work, but she quite stubbornly refused.
Well, that's not good.
To answer your question, she mentioned she would be heading to the big city.
The big city. There's loads of big cities. Which one do you think she meant?
St. Paris, probably, or the Emperor's City, which above board are in opposite directions.
Well, that's not so helpful, but I guess you're sure you don't know anything else?
I asked her, but she wasn't very willing to tell me on that front.
Yeah,
I think she mentioned she had received offers of employment. I think in St. Paris, but I'm not certain. She was.
Okay, well, I guess that'll have to do.
This was also before the war. The war might have changed things.
Damn. All right. Well, I suppose that'll have to do, but that wasn't a lot of information to go on. My ears are still a little bit my tongue can still sort of What am I trying to say? Above board. That that wasn't a lot of information to go on, so I mean, I'm still a little bit above board. I'm trying to say like, oh, Muninn might still talk to her husband.
Right.
I don't know how to word it.
Right. Well, what do you want to know? Above board, I'm not. This isn't me asking you to segue to the other things. This is more so saying like, Deli, please like give me like some specifics, because obviously she can say a lot about Lydia, but what do you want to know exactly?
No, it was like supposed to be a segue, yeah. To the other thing, Muninn would like sort of pat their pockets and go, "Oh, I'm a little bit light on coin. It would be a lot harder to."
Right. I'm not some common merchant that you need to extort. How much do you need?
How much do you have?
I do need to save some for travel expenses and to buy gifts at the wedding, you know.
How much would your wedding cost versus the travel expenses, I wonder?
It's not my wedding, it's the prince's wedding.
Yeah, but like Muninn means like their future wedding, you know, like Adela's.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, Muninn would go, I wonder if the travel expenses is worth it. A throne would surely cost a little bit more than traveling the road.
Then how do you intend for me to reach St. Paris after all?
Well, you have her. Like,
I can't eat her.
You don't have any food in your carriage?
Of course not.
Fair enough. So, let me ask you again, how much do you have?
That's a good question, above board. Basically, she would have like currency of like all the types of both like small, medium, and big. Big, she's reserving for gifts at the wedding. Medium and small for supplies on the road. And obviously paying for her food at St. Paris itself.
Yeah. Well, because I'm nice like that, maybe a little bit of the medium would be, obviously Muninn wouldn't say the medium, but
Right.
Maybe a little bit of the medium would keep my lips sealed.
She sighs and reaches into her bodyguard's bag, much to the bodyguard's surprise, and pulls out a fairly large sack of money that she tosses your way.
Muninn would catch it and say, and then they would like take it.
Is this the bodyguard says in Taiski? What are you doing? Asking you, Muninn, in Taiski.
Muninn would say, "Oh, I'm I should have thought about this." Muninn in Taiski, Muninn would say, I'm taking this as payment for a deed that I am fulfilling for Adela."
The bodyguard then asks Adela in broken caramel, "This all right?" And Adela replies, yes, it's quite fine.
Muninn would take out a few, I assume they're silver.
Yep.
Muninn would take out a few silvers and then like they would like flick them with their thumb towards like, not like super speed, but like just so that the bodyguard can catch him. They would flick a couple to the bodyguard for her to catch.
She does. Still looking like mildly, not shocked, but you know how like wide-eyed.
Yeah. And then Muninn would like sort of bow their head a little bit and like, "Thank you for your service." And then they would like give the bodyguard a wink, and then like they would go to walk away. But obviously, if Adela wants to say anything else, like
Well, obviously you don't walk away yet because you have to ask for the other things that we're not going to roleplay.
oh sure,
But also, I guess I'll repeat my question on the Lydia point. She can presumably give you more information, not just where she thinks she went. So if you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
okay. I don't know if Muninn would ask. There's a few questions I want to say ask above board, but like, I guess Muninn would ask like, oh, by the way, Lydia, when you found her, well, I mean, I guess my question is, where did you find her?
She was traveling. She was traveling, looking for employment. She passed by my brother's estate. My brother casually mentioned that I was looking for a language tutor and recommended, told her that she should seek me out. And well, she came to our estate, spoke with my husband. My husband hired. That's the word. Hired her, and shrugs.
Did she mention her past or anything?
At times, not in detail. To be blunt, I was interested in something else of hers, but she did mention sometimes something about some professor. I don't really remember about how that professor's child is difficult. Something.
Muninn would smirk a little bit, and then say,
something about missing that person, but wanting to be away from that person, but also not informing that person that they left and that they told other people in Brightland that, oh, don't tell that person that I left.
Okay. All right. Well, Muninn would like look to see if Adela puts two and two together.
I guess I'll roll her clever just for the sake of it.
Okay. Got a 2.
She'll only put it together if you give her a hint. And that's entirely obviously up to you.
Yeah. Muninn would ask like, oh, and this professor's child, what did they look like?
I don't know. She above board, she will make the connection in a bit, but to answer your question directly, she will say something about reading a lot.
Yeah.
This is more involved than I originally thought it was, isn't it?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe I have gossip on you, maybe you have gossip on me. It's good to know, it's good to have this information on people, right?
Were you involved with her? You know what I mean.
Well,
the way I was, for instance.
Not the way that you were, but I mean, not for lack of trying.
Well, she certainly didn't speak of you in that way.
Yeah.
This is her trying to throw a barb at you, even though she knows she lost.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Muninn would sort of shrug and say, well, we'll see if we can change that. Thank you for help.
Worried?
Worried? What for?
If I ever come across Lydia again, should I tell her, "Oh, beware! There's a cloaked individual that is going to come and murder you," or whatever?
I'm not gonna.
Or do something else arguably worse to her.
I'm not. Who do you think I am? I'm not gonna do anything.
You're the one who started interrogating me. I'll remind you.
I'm not gonna do anything bad to her. I just want to speak to her.
Well, it's none of my business, I suppose.
But your business is mine. Muninn would laugh.
Muninn laughs alone as Adela glares at you, and the bodyguard just looks mildly confused.
Yeah. Muninn would like bow their head again and say again, like, "Well, thank you for the information and for the coin." And they would like again. They would go to walk towards the monastery.
In the timeline, then Lost would come up, retrieve Adela, and then yeah.
Muninn would obviously like ask for the other things, but if we don't like,
we don't really need to. We don't really need to roleplay it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Then switching back to Illona and Anghel, because I did mention that I'd like something to happen before Muninn shows up again. Illona and Anghel, I'm guessing you are still eating, right? Well,
I guess.
Illona, not so much, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, give me a second. Then the wind will start blowing almost out of nowhere. Something that is quite noticeable. Always first he says, "Do you think there was going to be a rain today?" And Illona and Anghel, both of you hear a voice as if whispering in your ears. So both of you hear this. "Blood of my blood, it's been a week. What is your status?" You vaguely recognize the skeleton lady you met before.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
It's been a week. Oh no!
That was Monday, and now it's Monday. It was specifically Monday noon as well. Now it's Monday noon.
Freaking
Damn, very
my
precise,
God.
very punctual.
what clock do you have?
I'm guessing there's a bit of a pause in character as well.
Yeah.
And then you hear again as if someone's whispering in your ears. "You may speak as if you were to speak plainly. The message will be conveyed. Ingenuity will make sure of it."
Oh, okay. What she's asking about?
What's your status? That's what she asked.
And we told her that
You'll be back back in 2 weeks.
Because what are we doing? Like we're making sure. What did we tell her?
I think she wanted to make sure that like she didn't need to raid the whole country basically, because they left in a war, right? And then
You're right.
Yep.
but they lost.
Yep, Ashen is correct.
But what did we tell her that we were doing in the meantime?
She didn't quite realize at the time that a long time has passed. So she was basically more or less assuming, okay, you're gonna like make contact with another Rimlen army or other Rimlen authorities to like make sure that it's safe to come out, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
To prepare the land.
We lied.
Okay. We definitely lied.
I think
Above board, by the way, because I don't want to like leave Show&Tell out of the conversation on account that Anghel can't really speak. We can say that Anghel may gesticulate to Illona, and Illona may convey what Anghel says that way. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah. Anghel doesn't have much to say, but yeah. I mean, okay, we'll think about it. I guess they exchange, like, Anghel exchanges looks with Illona to make sure that she also hears it, I guess. Like, is it clear to them that they're both hearing it?
I think it's pretty, well, I will say, always Thirsty and Good Eye and the horse don't show any visible reactions, but I imagine Anghel and Illona, you both seem startled by something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Illona and like Anghel would look back and forth with each other. Like,
Yeah,
are
like,
you-
hey, what are we doing?
yeah. I can totally see that. I think Illona would wanna say before she says, I'm just gonna like check it with you if it's fine. That things are more complicated than we thought it would be, and we're working
Okay.
on it, but we might need a bit more time. And can we like communicate to you like this anytime? Could we like extend the time, explain stuff like just to this? Is basically what she would want to ask and say.
Okay, that sounds legit. Like, sure, why not try? Even though I am I doubt that we will get a positive answer, but we can try.
Yeah, worth a shot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so Illona says just that.
She says, well, certainly you can communicate with me, just sacrifice your ingenuity and he will assist you.
What does he want to have as a sacrifice?
There's a pause. Probably, you may assume, Illona, that she's surprised that you would ask the question.
Oopsie. I'm bad memory.
Sort of evading the question for a moment, above board, because I also need a line to think. She will say, "Who is the emperor?" Acacius is very evasive on the subject. You're the only ones I have some amount of trust in that are outside my my regiment, of course. So, who is the emperor?
Above board, not asking us alone who is the emperor.
There isn't. Or there is.
isn't. There is.
There is? I don't know.
There are plenty of emperors is the issue.
Oh, okay.
Anghel, when you get the question, who is the emperor, the first answer would probably be the Caramel Sultan, but shrug. If the question is specifically who is the Rimlen emperor, you have no idea. It's the guy who lives in the city of Rim, you guess, but you have no idea.
Okay.
Illona, to answer your question, how much did you pay attention to like court etiquette and all that stuff while you were, living your usual life?
I guess enough to manage, but inside I feel like Illona is kind of like she doesn't care too much about that.
Sure.
Enough to pass,
Sure. Then to the question, who is the emperor? Same answer. Plenty of emperors. Shrug. If the question is who is the Rimlen emperor, well, there's a bunch of people claiming to be the Rimlen emperor, like including the king of Tivia claims to be the Rimlen emperor, so that title doesn't really mean anything.
Okay.
So if you want like a complete list, it's the king of Tivia, the Caramel Sultan, the Duke of Brightland, the Moremi Czar. There's a bunch of people that the answer, you can understand why Acacius didn't really answer the question.
Yeah. In that case, I think again, fact checking before I actually say it in character. I think I would like try to say that's what we're trying to uncover, because there are a few of them. Yeah. False prophets, There are people claiming to be the shit, but they're not. We're out here to figure it out for you, ma'am.
The question is, will she take it as like more reason to, I don't know, kill everyone. I don't know why.
Good
I
question.
But for some reason, I'm worried about that.
I mean, we're doing the deed. We still have a week to go, right? And we can call upon her all the time. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do
Okay, so let's go with that. With what Ashen said.
Yeah, but Illona would say it like better.
then that's all the more reason for us not to waste time here. If there's no clear emperor, then it's as good a chance as any for me to stake my claim.
Oh shit, okay.
Illona would say, I don't think that's wise, and we're close to a breakthrough. We will let you know.
Explain.
We're on the way to visit the one of them that we think is the shit right now. Gosh, I really can't talk in the Illona manner.
I'm just imagining because you communicate by talking out loud. I'm just imagining the NPCs always thirsty and good eye looking at Illona like she's lost her mind.
I imagine that. I think Illona would try to convince Ingenuity. Was that the name?
That's the name of the deity.
Okay. And the skeleton, or whatever.
Oh no, you're talking to the skeleton, but Ingenuity is the god who's making it happen.
Okay.
Did she have a name? Do we know a name for her?
She did introduce herself before. Aurelia Juliana Gutina.
Oh wow, that's why you didn't remember. Okay.
That's a mouthful.
I will type it in chat momentarily.
Yes, I wanna see how this. Okay. Illona would tell Aurelia that this is exactly why it's warning signs, because it's too easy right now. It's probably not the time, trap, whatever. Try to convince her that now's not a good time,
We do have some other issues, you hear in reply. We are slowly recovering our living forms, more slowly than I thought could happen. We will need food. We should probably start plundering the nearby villages.
Oh boy.
Shit.
No.
Not good.
Do y'all think we should just tell her the truth again? Try with that? I mean, it didn't work the last time, but now she can't attack us.
What truth is that exactly? What do you want to tell her?
That the Rimlen fell and you guys are late to the party, kinda.
But wouldn't that just make her just not care and bust out?
True.
And kill everyone?
It might also again encourage her, because it would be oh well, we have nothing to lose, or we have everything. We have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah, I mean, there's no emperor, and now it's time to be the emperor, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
revive the Rimlen or whatever.
She did more or less say, okay, well, if there's no emperor, I'm gonna make myself emperor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she was also working under the assumption that the Rimlen still existed.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a question whether that will, discourage her or actually encourage her.
Yeah.
Because I think... Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if it was me, it would probably encourage me. And I think it would probably encourage her as well.
I tend to think that, but then I really don't know what we can do.
Yeah, I just feel we're postponing her being more angry at specifically us for keeping it from her, because the truth is gonna come out somehow, and she's gonna get
That's
out
tr-
into the world and find it out
That's
one
true.
way or another.
That's true. But on the other hand, you could say like, if they're I didn't realize that they would be like regaining their like physical form or
Yeah.
That's
but
super cool.
that is cool. It's also it potentially makes them more killable, because it's hard to kill a skeleton, right?
We
Yeah,
could
so-
definitely.
starve them in, but
Yeah,
we're
if,
not there to starve them.
yeah.
Great.
If the idea was to like gather forces to prevent them from taking over, like we could still do that, and it would just give us time to do that if we like kept lying. But like I also like your idea of like trapping them and starving them.
Yeah, but we will
But-
make it in time. Like, I feel like they would. Like,
I
if they
don't-
feel hungry, they would just come out.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's. Well, I'm not saying it's not an option. I just think it's a very, very difficult one. But it's not one I would choose. But I'm just saying like it's an interesting option. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. As soon as they said it, I was like, oh shit, they can starve, but it's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I think we should keep lying and do what we can. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, I'm assuming that to Anghel to think that, I mean, the nearby village is his, right?
That would be the closest village, yes.
Like, that's a problem for her. Like, if she starts plundering,
Yeah.
It's like I'm a bit in conflict right now because I think it would be like best, of course, not to let the skeleton people or soon to be fleshy people do what they want. But like I think Illona's mind says it kind of like this is kind of cool as well, and it's somehow related. And if they would make themselves emperors, like she would like play with the thought of just like freaking go for it, you know.
Yeah.
At least just on their side with that. That would be kind of cool.
sure, I mean, I can see Ilona thinking that. But that's really a problem for Anghel.
Yeah.
So it's a question if Ilona, like, because Ilona has like the power of talking right now. So,
I hate to say it, but I think Illona's a bit selfish with that. She would probably
we'll just tell him go for it.
It's just like fuck it. Let's fall.
I mean, if she's going to do it, then she has to do it without Anghel knowing. Like, I mean, obviously, like she's just saying, and then Anghel will have to. I don't know what he will do, but it will be it will be a big thing for him to deal with.
Illona might be smart about that too, because she knows that Anghel is not on the same that, and she would probably not bring it up in this conversation, but maybe for a later time, you know, just sacrifice something,
Yes.
have a little chat.
Sure, but we do need to decide what we're saying here right now. Then.
Yeah.
Then Illona would look to Anghel for input.
Right. Okay, so I think Anghel's the most worried about, because it seems like the most pressing is the fact that she's going to start plundering soon. And then also the whole thing. Oh my god, I really don't know. Like, what do you say to something like this? How do you make someone not do that?
It's fine, just starve. We'll fix it, guys.
I mean, okay, what are they? Okay. Are there any like wild things that they can maybe hunt that?
Yeah, there's game in the nearby forest, and there's also like, funnily enough, the ruins where obviously these Rimlen people are sort of sandwiched between Rima villages, and Nogi herding grounds. So if you want, you can say, hey, don't plunder the village people, plunder the shepherd people. Which isn't necessarily much better, but you know.
I think.
I
mean, there's game. You can say that.
Can he say, like, don't kill people, just take all their food? Oh, God.
Oh my god.
I think we should put, like, that on a t-shirt.
Rimlen nuts.
This is a disaster. I don't know. But you did say that there were like that there's just wild game nearby?
There is also wild game, yes, in the forest. Obviously, like hunting enough to feed a small army is a tall order, but it's not impossible.
Okay, but like, why would she listen? That's what I'm trying to think.
She does respect you both, and it's always worth trying, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I should come up with something like I don't even know. There's a plague. You should only I don't.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. That's not a bad one, actually.
Okay, maybe we'll go with that then.
It's like, oh, why would you want to spoil your new bodies, like, before you've even started? There's a plague, like, you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, the plague is, like, with just people, or also, like... Well, in any case, a wild game or more, I guess maybe less contact with people. I mean, I'm assuming that it's...
Right.
The plague that's the, like, our typical quote-unquote plague affects humans and cattle, like cows.
Oh, okay. So wild game shouldn't be affected. Then it makes total sense to use this. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I guess that Anghel conveys that to Illona, that they should go for the game for their own good. You know, that really works perfectly.
And that's exactly what Illona will say.
Emphasizing the plague portion, Ashen?
Probably, yeah.
She will say, then we should probably kill the prisoners before it spreads.
What prisoners?
What prisoners? Now, what?
Oh my god.
What are you talking?
Where did they get prisoners? Oh, the bandits we sent there, maybe?
Oh, fuck! I forgot about that. Dude, we're ruthless. Shit.
Some locals came to the area first, because I'm guessing Ashen, Illona does ask what prisoners.
Yeah.
Says some locals came to the area. First, there was a smaller group. They were intent on plunder. Obviously, we made short work of them. And then there were some other people, less armed, more draped in weird objects, tried to make a whole mess of things. Those are the ones we mostly took prisoner.
Draped in weird? Okay.
Go on. Those who came intent on plunder, we only spared 2 or 3 of them.
Like, Illona's not saying this, but like, if you already have like, just eat them. What the fuck?
We are not monsters. Who do you think we are?
She wouldn't say that. She wouldn't say that.
Okay, then she does not say that.
She would just think it.
What? Why did you think that?
I mean, they wouldn't have to like go raid villages. Just become cannibal. I don't know.
Okay. Wait. So the bandits are pretty much all gone except for 3. She said.
2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
To quote.
Yeah. And then there are people draped in weird objects? What? I have no idea what this is.
I guess they just mean like their clothes look weird because they're like more modern, right?
Maybe.
Or maybe I don't know.
Maybe. But I don't like we.
The,
I mean, what I'm trying to think is whether we should know what
To-
this means, because I think not.
To what Deli said, she did not make the same comment about the bandits, and the bandits wore mostly similar clothing.
Oh, okay.
And also, feel free to also ask. You don't have to like
Oh,
just
yeah.
reply.
What weird clothing?
Weird fetishes and magical symbols, though, of a deity I don't recognize.
Oh,
Interesting.
And
can you describe
do
the symbols?
She would. It would instantly be recognizable as like various like trinkets and like magical fetishes, though not magic isn't the right word, but like, you know how like a lucky coin, for instance, but so not magic in the magical sense, but magic in the luck sense. But they're all symbols of the faith of the free, which is the like traditional faith that you all theoretically belong to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did we manage to convince the guy, the priest that they were not him? No, sorry, I'm confusing anything. No, wait, that was the cartographer at the beginning that we had to convince. Did we tell the priest of the village that they were skeletons or something? I don't think so, right?
No, most of your interaction with the villagers was rescuing the cartographer, and then you guys more or less ran away. Without
Yeah.
without further getting involved into whatever the fate the village may have.
Right.
Okay, so we don't know who this is, but it could be people from the village. Like priests, or I don't know.
Aurelia would also add, later still some horsemen came. They were armed with strange weapons that, well, we managed to overpower them, but we're not quite sure how these work, these exploding devices.
Guns.
Oh, can you imagine like okay, big skeleton army with guns, dude.
They won't be skeletons for long, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, they gotta hurry up.
Okay, horsemen with guns. I don't know who these people are. Okay.
Anghel can probably suspect that they're probably some of the local Nogi.
Yeah, I was thinking Nogi. I was like, I don't know. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
maybe even the same people who tried to plunder your village in like session 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the bottom line is that they have some prisoners. Did they say how many? Did she say?
She said two or three of the bandits, but she did not specify how many of the villagers and of the Nogi.
Do you want me to ask? I can ask.
Okay, sure, yeah. Let's ask. I know that she wants to.
So how many prisoners in total? Then of like what?
Around 40?
Dog.
In total, I'm referring to.
Yeah. So they also need to feed them. And is that what she brought them up? I don't remember what she brought them up.
She brought them up in the context of there's a plague going on. So if
so we should kill them?
Yeah, the thinking was we don't want this to spread to us when we regain our bodies, so we should preemptively kill them.
Well, that's great.
Sounds legit. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, damn it.
As a suggestion, you could say the ones with the plague will with the plague will die out anyway. You don't need to kill them. Just stay away, maybe.
Oh, okay. Let's try that. It's desperate, but it's the only thing. I think that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
Yes, Illona conveys it.
This is... I've never... Most of them seem fine. Some of them have some odd symptoms that I've never seen before.
Oh, like what?
The black buboes over their skin.
No,
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
I've consulted the army physician. He said that he's only seen or heard of these symptoms in some faraway land, but I never imagined it would make that disease would make its way all the way over here. And he seemed concerned, but he also, since it's a disease that was supposed to take place in a faraway place, he's not sure how to deal with it.
Yeah, so just but I guess basically just repeat, like, stay away from them. They will either die. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
just-
not giving.
Just stay away from people in general right now. Like, everybody has that shit. Now is not the time.
Yeah.
Then what do we do with the prisoners? We can't just let them go.
Illona looks to Anghel, like, kind of shrugs, like, I don't really care.
Mhm.
I mean, if they're dying anyway, what does it matter?
Yeah! Fuck 'em.
Why
No.
not?
Mhm.
But at least, like, you know, they won't kill them. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like,
Illona would
do we know what cures the plague? Have we seen anything?
Prayer and
Can-
magic. There is no like traditional medical cure. Like there's no like antidote or plant or medicine or whatever.
Like the priest, though, the priest can cure it.
Yeah.
So maybe there are priests among the
But
prisoners, no?
it's like the different religion, right?
Yeah, it's the three. I think.
It's not really what they're on about.
Yeah, enough. I'm just like wondering, not about the skeletons.
Okay.
Like, I'm just wondering if the people, like, I mean, can we assume that there are priests among the prisoners?
Anghel,
not.
you know that your village priest like is the only priest in the local area, and he has to like he basically travels from village to minister.
So who were the people who came? Oh, okay. I guess they just took talismans or whatever.
Hmm?
And they're not actually practicing the whatever. Like, they're not holy people.
They're not clergy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Illona would be inclined to say, like, yeah, do what you will with them, I guess. It's not really... Yeah.
Maybe we can say, like, I mean, I'm wondering if, like, we can like, to say, like, I mean, why can't you let them go? I mean, they're dying anyway or something. Like, let them,
Let me know if you say that.
Like, before seeing anything, like, Illona would give Anghel a look of, like, really? Then she would kind of, yeah. I mean, I guess I'll say it.
Well,
well,
do you
yeah.
say it? Ashen?
I guess
Yeah.
we try. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's try.
But she maybe would say, like, yeah, my friend wonders if, like, she wouldn't take responsibility for that one.
Fair enough.
Well, we may be in the middle of hostile territory. We don't know what is going on at the moment. We may need hostages, or they may just be the enemy. We don't know.
Trust me, for now, nobody's coming to get you like that.
Can I get a flashy from you?
Is that flashy to say?
Flashy or forceful?
With 2 shit stats. Can I do it sneakily? Can I be flashy in a sneaky way? Okay, fine. I got a 1. Freaking darn it.
Then, very well, we will just quarantine the prisoners for now. But if there's any escape attempt, or if necessity warrants it, we will take the appropriate measures.
Can I roll like a careful to check if she's truthful with that?
Sure. Yeah.
Got a 0.
Mhm.
I mean, okay. Oh, can Anghel do that too? A careful?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. A 2.
She hasn't lied so far.
Okay, we'll take it. I mean, that's yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's the best we can do, I feel like.
There's one other issue that I wanted your opinion of. She audibly hesitates. Hateful One says that there will be an event in a city to the northwest and that we should head there.
The who? The Hateful One?
That's what she said, the Hateful One.
Oh yes, that's the chicken summoner, you know.
Nictelius? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chickens.
They hate her? I don't remember that. Okay.
Well, she said the hateful one, not the hated one.
Oh, okay. He's full of hate. Is it Nictelius? Oh, maybe it's what's his name? The one who hates us. Anghel, anyway.
Oh yeah, that
Could be.
What's his name? I forgot. Okay.
Above
You're
Rimlen.
You're
Above
Rimlen,
Rimlen.
right,
That's
right,
it,
yeah.
That's the one.
So he said there will be an event
In a city to
to
the
the
north.
south.
In a city
where
in
do
a
you
city
say?
to the northwest. To
What?
the northwest.
There might be a. I mean, if it's Euromedon, there might be a. Wait. Let me double check because I don't want to say something stupid.
I don't remember what directions he said.
Euromedon is the name you're all thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
She basically
Okay.
she basically said the Hateful One says there will be an event in a city to the northwest again.
Northwest.
And apparently she thinks that we should be there, but what do you think?
Northwest from where they are, or just in general? Like, how do we know what city he talks about?
Probably from where the Rimlen are.
Yeah.
So it could be
But-
south from us.
It could be. I guess it depends how far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do
I
they
mean-
know where to go?
Yeah. I mean, they also might be talking about a city that doesn't exist anymore. But
I mean, if Euromedon talk to them, Euromedon knows.
oh, I suppose so. I suppose that's true. Northwest. I'm literally just looking at the map. I feel like it's cheating for me to do that because I'm technically not in this
No.
conversation. But
So what?
Hermitage, I think, if I'm looking at the right place, is north. Wait, no, it's not. Ignore me. St. Paris is sort of northwest, I think, and it's along it's along a river, like a really big river. So
And they're supposed to get there?
guess so.
At what time?
I don't know.
What did he say? What time did
She did not say a time.
Oh, it's a she? Okay. Then
Or
it's not your
when I say she, I'm referring to Aurelia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She did not say. Okay. Then I guess it means the wedding, probably.
Yeah. Possibly. We can only. Well, yeah.
to which we're going anyway. I mean, but how do they intend to get there so fast? Okay.
Oh, no.
I mean, not so fast. I don't know what he's talking about, but we're heading there for the wedding. Maybe it doesn't mean the wedding. Maybe it means
You could say that. You could
That
say,
whenever
we're
we-
heading there anyway. Yeah, you could say that.
yeah, but I think they want to get there, right? That's what they said?
Basically, Aurelia was told by the Hateful One, whomever that may be, to get to a city to the northwest because there's an event going on that whatever. And Aurelia doesn't really want to trust the Hateful One, so she's asking you, basically. You
Right.
meaning Illona and Anghel.
I'm wondering if, like, to tell her, oh, it's just a wedding, it's boring. Will be like, maybe not.
Weddings are big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess it's not. Yeah. No, if we should trust our judgment better, then we should just say we should somehow. What can we say about the wedding that will make her not want to come? Besides, just don't come.
The Hateful One.
You're not invited.
We're invited and you're not.
Also, again, the reminder: you don't have to just reply to her. You can also ask her stuff, like to
Yeah.
clarify stuff or just general questions. Yeah.
Yeah. You could I don't know about questions, but you could say nothing's going on, man. The Hateful One's just lying. He is hateful after all. If he's hateful towards the Rimlen, maybe he's like trying to get them killed.
I think the pronoun.
as in-
I think the pronoun I used is she, but sure.
Oh.
For who? For the skeleton.
For
No?
the Hateful One.
Oh,
Oh.
that's what I asked, and you said the skeleton. Okay.
Okay. Well, either way, maybe the Hateful One is plotting to get them all killed because the Hateful One is hateful. I
Okay, it's not
assume.
your Muninn then. Maybe it's Nictelius?
That's really interesting. But yeah,
Or someone else.
either way, they can't escape. Do not let them escape.
The question is, like, okay, we can say there's nothing going on, but I don't know. I feel like
Tell them, tell the skeleton that it's all lies. Well, I don't know. That's my vote.
how do we know? How do we know? Supposedly, how can we make it like seem very
What?
like very certain that we know what we're talking about?
Good
You
question.
roll for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Above board, probably.
Yeah. You could just lie and then roll.
Okay. Like
you-
just in tone of voice, basically. Or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like us telling her that is like from her perspective. It's just like, oh well, like if we successfully lied, you could say, oh well, I mean, they must know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Okay, so let's do that.
Well, Ashen, what does Illona say?
I mean, I'm the worst person for like conveying this because this is not like really actually what Illona wants. So, I think I'd just go for after like how persuasive Anghel is. Well, like signing.
But how is Uncle persuasive? I don't know. Persuasive to Illona?
Puppy dog eyes.
I mean, I guess he could be like, very intense in trying to convey what he wants Illona to convey.
Yeah.
I don't know if that bolsters Illona's persuasiveness.
Like,
Wait, but like
do you want
Illona realizes that the city we're talking about is probably St. Paris, and that they're probably like if they come there, we're there too. Like,
Yeah.
And she doesn't care?
I don't know. she says whatever you want her to say, and I'll roll with it.
Okay. So I guess we just say there's nothing good.
Yeah, something
Well,
going
it's
on.
a
No
police.
lies. It's bogus.
Okay, fine. We can ask who the hateful one is, maybe? Before we do that?
Sure. Who's the
So
hateful one?
Yeah.
There's a pause. Okay, you all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
There's a pause when you ask who is the hateful one. Says, Dysnomia, Ate. You know, I cannot casually speak her name.
So what did you just say? That wasn't her name?
Dysnomia and Ate. I can type those things in chat, but I don't know how helpful that will be.
They're not the name, though. They're...
Yeah, they're definitely not the name.
Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Okay.
You can
Obviously, it's not something we know.
You can ask for more clarification, I guess.
Can you say it backwards?
The name?
Yeah, it's not the name anymore. It's just like backwards.
I would rather not garner her attention more than we already have.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about either how, but
Yeah?
it must be Noctelius, right? No?
Yeah.
I guess. Can we Google these words? Would that mean anything to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're, if I'm not I think they're Greek terms. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it sounded.
Well, to
Okay, lawlessness and ruin. I think Noctelius. Yeah, I think Noctelius. Is the if I'm not mistaken, she's the goddess of chaos or whatever, something like that.
chaos, discord, the eternal night. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely her. Okay. So we say she just wants to make hit chaos as always, and you shouldn't listen to her, I guess. I don't know.
Do you convey that?
I think so.
Yep.
Then, on that at least we agree. Better to avoid anything to do with that one. Has the barbarian been giving you trouble?
Fuck you.
Yes, she is talking about Muninn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we realize, I think. He's a very nice barbarian. What? What did you say?
I'm tempted to say yes, but I won't.
I am a little scamp, a little troublemaker.
To be honest, yeah, they have. I mean, I'm sorry. With all the books and everything. But I don't know. I mean, Illona can answer this however she wants. I don't know. Anghel doesn't care.
She'll say no trouble. It's actually quite a nice companion to travel with.
Oh, I suppose I've known plenty of slaves from their kind. Fair enough. Well, I will contact you if there's need in the future. Feel free as well to contact me. Alright, to answer your question, Ingenuity is most susceptible to honey, incense, pigs, and lambs and goats.
Anghel looks down at the pig.
Write that down real quick.
Did you say honey?
Yes.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was thinking about
Honey.
that because we just got honey from Acacius.
To be fair, you guys also know that Ingenuity isn't very picky, because Muninn once sacrificed their thumb to, well, not thumb, pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was him. Okay.
Sick.
All right. And above board, is there anything else, or shall the voice recede?
Nothing for me.
So what did we decide on? That they're just going to put them in quarantine, right?
Pretty much.
And what else? Oh, and we didn't really say about. Did we really talk about what? Like, she asked us for a report, I guess, or situation.
Yeah, and you guys said basically you're heading to some important person's place.
Okay. And she bought that for now. Okay, fair enough. Okay, then I guess that's it.
All right. Then, as I switch away the background music, Ashen, do you have to go?
Yeah, soon, I guess.
Sure. If you don't have to go right away, I was just gonna say that perhaps this is the moment that Muninn rejoins you all.
Yep.
And as like the voice recedes, always Thirsty and Good Eye look between the two of you. Always Thirsty says, "That was a good show. Whatever that was." The horse just neighs, and Muninn makes their appearance on the scene.
As I walk in, as Muninn walks in, I think they would like sort of throw the coin pouch like onto the table that if Anghel and Illona are sitting at the same table, they would like throw that on
I don't
that
think
table.
it's a table where we're just kind of sitting outside.
They're sitting at a tree stump upon which the plate with the pig has been placed.
Oh, okay. Well, Muninn will throw it on the floor, like in between them, and say, like, like, we got some, we got a little treat from Adela. Like, feel free to take some.
Of the money.
Oh yes, feel free to take some money.
Anghel eyes it like,
Where did Last go? I barely got to speak to him. Or with him, rather.
Do you need much, that one? Says Always Thirsty.
It's,
Good Eye says, well, you can see him right over there. And Good Eye would point at a carriage far in the distance that you can see going away.
nice.
Muninn would like squint their eyes and like be jealous, and then realize like, oh yeah, and then like they would look like quite jealously at Good Eye.
Good Eye looks back at you.
Yeah. Well, Muninn would look to everyone and say like, oh well, what did I miss? Sorry, I was gone for a while.
Do we tell them?
Yeah. Could we do it next session? Like for my part, or because I think I would need to leave soon.
Yeah, sure. No worries, Ashen. Trying to think of like what Illona would do as we continue this session, probably for like 20 minutes at most max.
I mean, she would probably tell the story, or.
Sure, but that would involve at least Muninn to be present. I guess then I redirect the question to Show&Tell and Dely. What do you guys want to do after the story is told? And perhaps we can work from there.
I think the story would have to be told next session, because at least in like Muninn would. The first thing Muninn would think is to be like, oh, well, we need to get a move on then. Like, because everything sort of, I don't know what the term is, but everything, like, is happening in St. Paris. Like, the wedding, the
whatever Nictelius is planning.
Yeah, exactly. So if we're up to Muninn, like, or like at least in my opinion about board, rather, I think Muninn would say, "Okay, well, let's go," and then obviously like Ash would need.
Deli, I would still hold you to the compel that you have to steal books from this place.
Oh, that's true.
All right, yeah, we haven't found out about the tree. Damn it.
There's also the whole tree thing. Yes.
That's true.
Okay, we can do that. Maybe Illona
How about?
is not that interested in the tree or something.
Can you hear
Illona,
me?
do you want? Illona, Ashen, do you want to be part of the tree escapade? I don't know. Maybe Illona is like tired after eating so much. She goes to take a nap.
Yeah, food coma.
Does that
That
make
makes
sense?
Yeah, totally.
Can you hear me? Can you
One
all hear
second.
me? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, now we
Yeah,
can.
now, yeah.
Okay. It's good that you continued talking while I fix the issue, so there are no breaks. Well, above board, the tree issue will take more than just one session to solve. So then I propose instead that we cut the session here and resume next time. What do you all think?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ashen, do you have to bounce, or do you want to talk about the episode, etc.? What do you want to do?
I think I'm a bounce.
Sure, no worries. Do you want to do your shout out now?
Sure, okay. I'm Ash, and if you like art and stuff, you can find me on Instagram, where I have a little corner for that. Not super active, but sometimes I paint.
That she does. Do check her out. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully see you next Monday.
Yeah. Take care, guys. See you then.
Bye,
Adios.
Ashen.
Bye. Good
Take
night.
care, Ashton.
Night, Ashen. Okay. As for everyone else, what did you all think about today's episode?
Oh, it was interesting. Funny
Yeah.
enough, but Muninn was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why I said yeah like that, but I'm glad you think so, is what I meant.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It was cool to like talk how can I say this? It was cool to talk about like Muninn's past, because I feel like our characters' backstories, or at least in the case of Muninn's backstory, is quite like elusive.
Yeah, definitely. It was like you were the mysterious guy. We didn't really know anything. So
Yeah.
it's cool to hear about it. Even
Yeah.
if Illona and Anghel didn't actually, so they don't know anything.
Yeah. It fits. It fits. I think it's quite convenient that Anghel and Illona weren't there to hear it.
Yeah, it makes
Because
sense.
it
that
fits
Muninn,
narratively.
yeah, the Muninn would be maybe more open when they're not there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I was a little bit concerned at one point, Deli, because like what you said, what Muninn rather said about Lydia, like it gave me the impression of, oh yeah, she doesn't feel that way towards me, but I'm gonna make her feel that way towards me.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
That's why Adela reacted in that way.
Yeah, I thought you might have thought that above board, but then I also thought like, oh, well, is that just Adela being weird? I don't know, but no, it wasn't anything like that. I think Muninn's gonna. I don't want to divulge too much, but like,
sure.
Muninn's gonna try to make her like them. They're not gonna force her. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. And no, whatchamacallit, no pressure whatsoever, I guess. Just
Yeah.
keep it PG-ish, close at least. I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Again, interesting stuff. I was expecting almost that you'd ask about more information regarding Lydia. Like, not just where she might have gone, but like other stuff that maybe Adela would know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, I think it's more in character for Muninn to find out for themselves, like from the from the horse's mouth. Because it's like, because Munin's kind of arrogant, so they would think like, oh well, what would Adela know anyway? Like about Lydia, they don't really know anything about her, you know.
Maybe it's a little off-putting also that you know what they did together. You're not interested in
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting that Muninn ask about like the
No, not
those
about that. Just the
details.
idea of it. Like you don't
Yeah.
want to talk to this person too much about
Yeah,
the other person.
yeah.
Yes,
Because it's sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, I guess that's true.
Yeah, because it's also like the emotional connection too. Because like
Yeah.
when Muninn, not to again, not to talk about Muninn too much or whatever, but when Muninn was like, oh yeah, when Adela was like, oh yeah, were you? Did you have a relationship like that with her or whatever, like I did? And Muninn was like, oh, not quite like you did. They were just like, they were pissed off, you know. They were like annoyed that, or like maybe even a little bit upset, you know, and angry that she got to have that relationship with her. But again, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think.
To Munin's comfort, I guess you can kind of infer from what Adela was saying that like the relationship wasn't necessarily romantic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because Lydia left like and purposely withheld information from Adela.
That's true. That is actually true. So at
It
least
does sound like. Sorry.
it's okay. It sounds like what? Sorry.
Just that it sounds like Adela wasn't. I mean, she was in so many relationships. It doesn't sound like she's looking for romance exactly, or maybe she is. But anyway, she's not finding it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it was cool. But anyway, it was cool to talk about that. It was also a very cool surprise to see the skeleton lady.
Aurelia. Yeah.
And I can't believe like in universe it's been exactly a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, it has.
I feel like we kind of got complacent because it was like, oh, only this much time passed. It's still, we still have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've
Like-
gotten distracted.
Mhm,
Not in a not which isn't a bad thing. Because it's been
No,
a
it's not, but
adventure.
it's just.
Yeah.
It just like came upon us from like out of the blue, kind of like shit.
Though I guess you understand why I asked you guys if we should have the Muninn interrogating Adela thing first, because I did want Ashen to be present for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
As to that little part of the session, what did you all think? The conversation with Aurelia.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, it confirms that something's going to happen at the wedding. I guess we kind of knew that. I don't know if we knew that. But something is definitely imminent.
I mean, the wedding in and of itself is something.
Yeah, but also Nick Tellis is planning something.
Yeah. That's true. And yeah, it's just all really concerning. But
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I think we gotta have our wits about us, like at this wedding. And it goes without saying, because I feel like I don't know. It just goes without saying, but especially because of what might happen.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that maybe Anghel, obviously, he's opposed to executing innocents, obviously, but I more so was thinking Anghel might show a bit more of a reaction given that it's the people he grew up with.
That's
I mean, I didn't know what he was supposed to do. I was trying to save them.
Fair.
Like, I mean, more of a reaction. I guess maybe on his face there was a reaction, but I don't know. I didn't know how to convey that.
Sure. Sure,
But yeah,
sure.
it's true that I didn't really I was just thinking like, oh, okay. Like, people in his village probably doesn't want them to get hurt or whatever, but
Yeah.
we haven't seen him like be like I don't think he had like really close friends. I mean, sure, he grew up with them, but
Yeah,
we didn't see him be like very close to anyone.
yeah, that's something we have established. You're entirely right, Show&Tell. Though I imagine it would still be off-putting because Anghel does know those people.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why he was definitely trying to advocate for them not to get I don't know what.
Sure. Also, like another tangential tidbit. Now, you always technically could do that, but I guess now I have informed you that this is a possibility. You can use the services of Ingenuity to talk to people that are far away.
Oh, like it's like anyone? I wasn't sure like how this works.
Well, you don't really know how it works. You just know that it works.
Yeah, like I thought it was something specific for the skeletons or something. It could be anyone.
Aurelia did say, hey, if you want to contact me, here's how you do it.
Oh, cool. I wonder how we'll be able to use that in the future, because that is interesting. If we ever... I'm not saying we should do this for the sake of it, but if the group ever split up at some point, like we could just like hotline bling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this can come in very handy. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
Can we talk to anyone though? Like, could we talk to like, say the boyar with the syphilis that no longer has syphilis? What's his name? Nick something too.
Nikephoros.
Yeah.
I mean, we have not established the limits yet. We will have to explore that in character, but there is the possibility.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, dude, come
Fuck
back.
you.
Yeah. Slow the fuck down.
I'm not sure what that would achieve, but maybe.
He would know we're after him, but I guess he knows. I
guess he.
He did hire Loss to stop you before.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone to kill Loss after, but yeah.
It's a good reminder though. Just keep him on his toes. Don't sleep with one eye open, you know?
Maybe we want to like use the element of surprise, but okay, I don't do that. We can really surprise him. But he won't know exactly when we're coming.
We could give him a heart attack. Like he'll think that we're like ghosts or apparitions or something.
Oh my god, yeah. He would like, ooh.
Yeah.
Bring back the what's it, the orb or
the orb. Yeah. But no, it was a good session anyway.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Totally.
I agree. Yeah, surprisingly, that's pretty much what happened this session. Illona and Anghel had a convo. Muninn resolved one of their issues, and Aurelia contacted you guys. But yes, the whole tree thing is a side adventure that will probably take more than one session, probably more than 2 or 3 sessions to solve.
But in terms of time, like in the real time, will it take long?
That entirely depends. Technically, I can see like a best case scenario where it will be solved in like an hour or 2. I can also see a worst case scenario where it will take longer.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll make the best of it. I mean, I feel like, okay, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like we need to be in the wedding for this chaos thing to happen, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. Because, can you imagine? Like, if we weren't there at all, can you imagine if it didn't happen? Because it's like, I think Teeironor, not to put words in your mouth, but didn't you say before, like, magic begets more magic or something?
Yes, but you're not the only ones begetting more magic at this point. You're not even the main ones begetting magic at this point.
Yeah, it's the The boy are with the orb.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But yeah, I want to get to this wedding. I want wedding cake.
Yeah, I totally. It's been hyped for so long.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there, I guess. Okay. Any other thoughts on the session before we go into our shoutouts?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay, give me a second while I roll the dice and see. Okay. Well, dear viewers, again, thank you for watching and listening to us. The dice say that we should start our shoutouts with Show and Tell first and foremost. So Show and Tell, could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes. So I'm Show&Tell, and I make reactions to anime for the most part, and other shows as well. I'm a Patreon, and that's it.
Yep, highly recommend it. She has an immense catalog and puts a lot of work into it. Thank you very, very much, Show and Tell. Next, we would have Dely. Dely, could you please talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. If you follow the nifty link that you can see on screen, you'll be able to find my Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, etc. I'm mainly a variety streamer on Twitch, and I'm a Goblin VTuber. If you don't know what that means, come and find out. You'll be surprised. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah.
Yes, do check Dely out. Thank you all very, very much. And I was your dungeon master, game master, Teeironor. I do this series. It's fun, as you can see, a lot of fun. I also do another series that's currently on hiatus, and I will let you know when that is back. Also, you can follow my Twitter and or Blue Sky because I usually post news about this series there. Like, hey, if we have to miss an episode, that's usually where you're going to find out for whatever reason. Okay. Well then, thank you all very, very much for watching and listening to us. We should be back next week, but obviously I will let you all know if that is not the case, if it isn't. But yeah, we'll see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.